Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 85 of the regular season. Astros win 4-3 over the Indians in the 10th inning. They actually won an extra innings game because that's apparently something we can do now. A very good win today for the Astros. I thought Greinke did really well. I think the 3 runs is a little disingenuous. I thought he had a really good game. The offense wasn't great, but it did enough, and a lot of it was from Chas McCormick, which I'm going to talk about. So, 4th inning, get it started, Miles Straw singles. By the way, since May 14th, Miles Straw is rocking a 397 on base and over 300 average. I think we all, as a fan base, owe a Miles Straw an apology for kind of dunking on him to start the season. I know I did, especially. But man, oh man. And like, that isn't a small sample size. That's almost 2 months. It was 43 games, I believe. And he's been fantastic. About a 400 on base. That's elite. Like, it... really, anything over 380 is great. The fact that it's almost 4 is absurd. So he singles to start the 4th. Yuli would then fly out. Correa would line out. Castro would walk. And then Chazzy Fizz would single to make it a 1-0 ball game. Toro would then line out afterwards, which... I mean, we got the run, so that's a positive. In the 5th, they would respond. A Zimmer ground out would still drive in a run to make it 1-1. Then the 6th happened, where we'd get our last 2 runs of regulation. Correa would single, Castro would fly out, and Chazzy Fizz, the Chasmanian double Chas McCormick, Spicy Boy himself, another home run. Man, he has been such a surprise this year. I was not expecting him to be good, and he's doing pretty darn well. They made it 3-1. Toro would ground out afterwards, and Jones would fly out to end the inning, but we got a pair. That's great. We'd give up another run at the bottom half of the inning. Eddie Rosario would homer, make it a 3-2 ball game. And then in the 8th, Cesar Hernandez would homer to make it 3-3. And that was the end of Greinke's day. And again, I thought he had a really nice day. Got fully stretched out to 100 pitches. 7 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 8 strikeouts for Greinke Day. I'm not going to complain about that. Like, that was pretty darn nice for Zach Greinke. I'm content. Like, that's fine. That gives us what we need, which is to be in a position to get the win, and that's what he gave us. Which we would. 8th inning, or 10th inning, excuse me. Yuli would reach base by striking out, so task failed successfully. Correa would ground out, but it was Straw that got caught in the fielder's choice. He kind of got caught in no man's land, which I get that he's fast and thought I can try to beat this out. Wasn't the best idea. Not going to criticize it too much because we still won. So I'm going to let that one slide. After that, Castro would ground out, but he would beat the throw up first. And that meant something very important happened, which is Yuli just kept on buzzing. And I was kind of in shock because I just see, like Castro safe at first. I'm like, oh, that's a positive. The inning will keep going. And then they pan home, and I see this pineapple flying in at home plate. And I'm like, oh my god, Yuli came home. He scores. He's safe, 4-3. Cool. And then afterwards, it wasn't great, but McCormick would strike out to end the inning. So we go to the bottom half of the 10th, and we bring in Brooks Raley. And at that moment, I'm like, boy, this is going to be it, isn't it? I kind of thought it was going to be over. First pitch, a bunt attempt that is too high up. Raley comes darting in to grab the ball, gets it, immediately turns around and fires a dart to Correa at second base to double off the runners, gets 2 outs on 1 pitch, which is hilarious. I wanted so bad the next guy to just pop out on the first pitch to have a 2-pitch inning with 3 outs, because I don't know if that's ever happened. But it was fine, because after that, the guy would work a full count, but Brooks Raley comes in, nice punch out, and the Astros get the win. It was great, right? It's always good when you can win, like when your pitching is dominant, or when your offense is explosive. But it's even better when you win these stupid games where, I don't want to say it's dumb luck, because like the Astros did the right things to get in the position to win. But there's a lot of things that you need in baseball, right? There's a lot of things that you need in sports. You need skill, obviously. You need talent. But I'm lying if I said you didn't need a little bit of luck. And that's what the Astros got today. The weirdness with the extra inning rule ended up helping us. Yuli came running home. They didn't play that too well. And then the bunt was horribly placed that got it into Raley's glove at the double play, which was lucky. But, I mean, hey, I don't care. The Astros get the win. Again, I thought Gringy did really well today. 7 2/3, I already said that. 5 hits, 3 runs, 8 strikeouts. Fantastic. Blake Taylor had a pretty nice day. 1 1/3, no hits, no walks, no runs. Got 0 strikeouts, excuse me. So just a lot of weak contact, which is fine. That's great. That's great. If you get weak contact, that is fantastic if that's how you get outs. And Brooks Raley came in. 1 inning of work. Could have had it done in 2 pitches, theoretically. But got a strikeout, the double play. And the Astros get swept by the Orioles. The Orioles. The Orioles. Weston, it is the Orioles that swept them at home. We got swept at home by the Baltimore Orioles, which is not what I said last night. And now we go on a 4-game sweep to beat a pretty darn good Cleveland team and 4-game sweep them in their house, which I believe is the first time they said that we've ever swept them not in the postseason. Because if you remember, we did sweep them back in 2018 at the divisional round, and then we would get massacred by Boston. I hate that memory. But the Astros pick up a nice, clean little win. They get it done. They do enough. I'm happy. I'm not going to be complaining or anything. Before I do want to go, I want to say happy 4th of July to everyone. I completely forgot that at the start of the video. Happy Independence Day to everybody. I hope you have a really nice, relaxing day. I always love watching baseball on the 4th of July. Any real, U.S. holiday like that, Memorial Day, Veterans Day. It always feels, neat because, I don't know, baseball is just so... It just feels American. I don't know how to explain it. Especially like a nice summer day, Sunday, middle of the afternoon, Astros baseball, 4th of July. Ugh. Can't get enough of that. I started the tradition this morning by dumping 1,000 pounds of tea into my nearby river. Anyway, that's it for the video. We will play Oakland tomorrow. We start a very important series against the Oakland Athletics. I believe that is a 3-game series. Oh, not tomorrow. We have a day off. Tuesday, we play the Oakland Athletics. Wow, we haven't had a day off in like 3 weeks. I don't know what to do with myself. Anyway, so Tuesday we'll play the Athletics at 8:10 Eastern, 7:10 Central. We will send Framber Valdez to the mound versus Chris Bassett, so that should be a pretty darn good pitching matchup. And I'll be here after that. So, that's all I have to say. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and go Astros.